So I'm going to do this review as a test on this game that I'm already familiar with so that I can just talk about why I like playing it, and then if I lose the footage I won't be as pissed off as the other 3 times that I lost blind reviews of games. And this entire time I'm just going to be freaking out that like the screen recording is failing. So if you're not familiar with the Katamari Damacy games for, I believe, PlayStation 2? I think it originally came out on PlayStation 2. I honestly don't know, but that's what I remember playing it on. Katamari Damacy is an amazing game. If you have no idea what it is, I highly suggest that you go find some gameplay of it right now, because I don't have any to offer you. I'm gonna like repeatedly check to make sure this is still recording, because now I'm paranoid. I guess I could just do that to look. Katamari Damacy, you're this little alien dude thing and you're rolling around a world and you're picking up objects. That game's a little bit hard to accomplish, I guess, on a mobile interface, so they've turned it into this, which it's a combination of like a temple run game and Katamari Damacy original, so we're just gonna launch straight into it. I have a lot of fun playing this. It retains... Oh, am I set on swipe or tilt? I'm gonna make it on tilt so that it's a little more entertaining for this review. Oops. Of course, I haven't done this in forever, so I'm gonna be really bad at it. It retains the same kind of artwork and fun music and general gameplay rules to an extent, combined with a temple run type theme. I personally love playing this. The basic goal is to pick up as many smaller objects as possible so that you can get bigger in size, and the bigger you get, the more objects you can pick up. Now, what's different about this compared to the original Katamari Damacy is, in that game you have a time limit, and you basically have to acquire a certain size within that time limit to progress to the next level, unless you just play in like free mode. Oh, I didn't want to hit that. This is a little like power-up thing that you can get in this game. Now, in the original Katamari Damacy, if you ran into objects that you couldn't pick up, it would just knock things off of your ball and affect your size. It wasn't the end of the world. In this game, if you hit too many objects, you'll just die, as you would in any temple run type game. So this one gives you a few chances to run into objects before it kills you, but then you've got these like saw blades that are just the end all. If you run into them, you're gonna die immediately. But it's a lot of fun, and it's as close as I can get to the original Katamari Damacy on a cell phone, and I am quite happy with that. This little guy right here is my favorite power-up. Oops. Oh my god. I haven't played this game on a tilt in so long that I'm like really bad at it. So as you can see, I'm dead. Just like in the original game, you can look at the ball that you've created and see what kind of objects you last picked up and whatnot. So we're gonna go back to the home here. It's got missions, it's got these rockets that you can launch, that you can get stuff out of it, you know, whatever. There's not a whole lot of ads in this game, they're very limited. You only watch an ad if you want to launch a rocket, or if you want to get like a free continue on your mission if you happen to have died. These are your like various power-ups and you can upgrade them. They're pretty interesting. This one's my favorite because he just picks up everything for you. But yeah, this is just a pretty straightforward game. It's got daily missions and regular missions. This one won't trigger. I've connected my Facebook account to it to see if I can get it to trigger this one thing that I'm missing, but I don't think I know anybody else on Facebook that's playing this game. So even though I'm linked, it won't trigger that one mission, which is really annoying to me. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see if there's a new mission after that or not, just because I don't know anyone. And then the star constellations. This is pretty similar to the original as well. Obsessively checking to see if I'm still recording because of my problems. Okay. In the original Katamari Damacy, the whole point of you rolling up these objects is to please your father, who's this guy here. And at the end of every level, he assesses the ball that you made, grades it on size and objects collected and stuff like that, and then turns it into a star or a planet, I think. Maybe a sun if it's a big enough object. I don't really remember what your father turns it into in the original game. But the whole point of the original Katamari Damacy, as I ramble, is that space was somehow destroyed or something like that. So it's your mission to rebuild the stars and the constellations to make your father happy and whatnot. There's a whole royal family in the original game. This is supposed to be your mother. The cousins is a recurring theme in the original as well, only the difference there was when you picked one up, it was like a collectible, and then you could in turn play as that cousin in the other levels if you want it. You could select it instead of the default character. This game's a little bit different in the fact that the cousins have traits like this one's a magnet, this one increases your score multiplier, this one will help to protect you against danger, so if you hit an object that would normally kill you, you're safe. And this one gives you coins for breaking through objects, but what it also does is it gives you the ability to break objects. So everything that you barrel into just kind of flies off screen and you get, you know, coins for it. This one, as you saw, shrinks you down and you then get the opportunity to collect more coins. You want coins in this game because you use them to level up your cousins. This one's a Facebook one, and it's supposed to have your friends help you somehow, but seeing as I guess I don't know anyone that plays it on Facebook, it's never triggered for me, so I don't know what the point of this one is. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen or not. Now, the constellations are cute because you unlock fragments for these from launching the rockets, and in turn what that does is it puts these objects into the game for you. And when you collect them, you get better scores. So you can see all these different things. These were all slowly unlocked from me launching rockets. And then they slowly started appearing in my map. These ones you can see are unfinished. So as soon as I get enough fragments to finish out this third star on this constellation, some of these objects will start showing up in the games for me to pick up. I don't think I've seen penguins anywhere yet, but maybe I just haven't noticed. Where's one that I haven't done anything on? Here's one. So as soon as I finish unlocking these constellations down here that aren't finished yet, ones like this one will be activated and I'll start seeing these objects in the game. That's more or less it. I could ramble about this game for a really long time. Still paranoid that it's not recording. I'm never gonna get over that fear of it not recording because this has happened so many times. I could ramble about this game forever. I personally just have a lot of fun playing it. I'll do one more round. I'm gonna turn it to the joystick controls. So you can use your finger to swipe on the screen to make your character go different directions. Or you can tilt your phone, it's whatever's more comfortable. I tend to switch between the two options depending on my mood. The swiping option is not as smooth, so sometimes it's harder to make him go around. And it just gets really annoying to me. But the tilt controls are really awkward too because of the odd angle you have to hold your phone at. But once you get used to it, it's not that difficult to play. It's not as annoying once you figure out the best way to hold your phone while you're playing this game. I just haven't played it for like a week or two, so it feels a little awkward. I totally forgot that I had this power up already to like show you guys. So like this is busting things out of the way that would normally do damage to me as the power up runs out. Those things would normally do damage to me, but because of the power up, oops, it was allowing me to destroy them for coins. This is what the game does to warn you that if you run into another object, you're going to die. If anyone has ever played the original game, this music is just gonna seem so, like, spot on. I don't know if this is the original music from the game or not, or if they made it new for this, but it's just pure Katamari Damacy tradition to have, like, weird music like this going on. I have a lot of fun playing this game. The original game, as I mentioned earlier, you had a timer per level, so it was limited, and the goal was to try and get as big as possible within that time limit. And the maps were huge. You had to be, like, really, determined to get super big on the maps. I'm gonna, like, so totally die. On this one, it's just a continuous run with no limitation other than your own ability to avoid damage. And you just progress through different themes on levels as you go. All of the levels in the original one were themed. As you can kind of see, this is like the third themed area that I've now rolled into. There's the penguins from that one constellation. This is like the third themed area that I've rolled into. And the objects in each one are a little bit different according to the themes. In the original game, this would have been 3 completely different levels. You eventually get to this, like, Rainbow Road level. I think I've only ever really made it there once or twice, because I always just keep dying. I need to remember that I have this level up when I have it, because it, like, comes in handy a lot. It's so much fun. Okay, my power-up is out. The levels get, like, progressively a little more difficult to try and navigate through. Oh, which one was this? I don't remember. Okay, it's that one. It's always a risk sometimes to remind yourself what the power-up is. The power-ups don't stack, which is a little bit sad to me, so if you pick up a different one, you're gonna lose the last one that you had. No! Oh, God. Okay. Sometimes you'll see an ad here, and you can watch the ad to continue instead. I've noticed that it's in every other trigger, so that time, my first death, they just wanted a gem for me to continue. Had I paid that gem the second time I died, it would have offered me an ad or 2 gems to continue. So sometimes I just watch the free ads in order to continue, and then other times I just start over. If I'm, like, really determined, I've made it super far without dying, and it's only the 1 gem, sometimes I'll pay it so that I can try to keep going. But those gems are the game currency that you pay for or painstakingly earn very slowly, so I try to reserve them as much as possible. I'm going to end this recording now before I lose everything and get super pissed about it. So fingers crossed that's saved in my album somewhere. Bye!